Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to today's coffee chat. Well, here we are in the peak of summer. Whew, the heat is on until I've got a little bit of frizzy hair back in the ponytail, a little bit of sweating going on. But hey, we are not complaining because summer is so short. But what I have on my mind today is related to the heat. Now, I do want to encourage you to click the subscribe button because every week I invite you in for a coffee and a chat about what's on my mind nutrition wise. I invite you into my kitchen for this chat, and I don't want you to miss out on the invitation. So click the subscribe button below and the little bell icon, and you'll be notified when I invite you back to my kitchen. Today, as I mentioned, I have the heat on my mind, and what I've been talking a lot about with clients are special summer drinks. It's that time of year, we're hot, we want something refreshing to cool us down, and it's the time of year when the slushies, the iced coffee drinks, the blended drinks, all those things come out. And well, they're out all year round, but really we want them. We associate them with this time of year. And navigating them is a little bit tricky. How to find things that are fun and refreshing, but not completely loaded in sugar. I'm going to share a couple of tips with you today. The first, of course, is that you do want to stay well hydrated. Water is going to be your best choice. And I will link to the previous video that I did a couple months back about how to stay hydrated, tips and tricks for getting enough water in the day. That I'm going to include in the description box below a link to that video. And that's not what we're going to talk about because I've already chatted about that. Today, I'm going to chat about navigating all those special summer drinks. When I think of summertime, I think of lemonade, I think of iced tea. And those drinks sound pretty innocent, right? Like tea, lemons, they're healthy, right? Yes, they are. However, most of the commercially available lemonade, the commercially available iced teas are just loaded in sugar. Like I'm talking like 10 teaspoons of sugar in a lot of those drinks. And so they're not a great choice. They have what we call like a health halo. They sound healthy, but really they're just a pop without the bubbles. And so what I recommend is, well, first choice would be to make your own. Take some herbal tea or tea and boil it, bring it to room temperature, and then put it in the fridge overnight to let it cool down, and you've got a beautiful iced tea available for you the next day. Same with lemonade, right? Squeeze some lemons, add some water. You can get, that's going to be quite tart, but a beautiful sugar-free one. Or if you're doing your own iced tea or lemonade at home, you can add a couple of spoons of sugar to that while it's still warm, and it will dissolve well. And hey, there's still a little bit of sugar or a little bit of honey in there, but not even the same ballpark as a commercially bought one. As I said, those commercial ones are going to have in the range of 10 teaspoons of sugar in a serving. And let me tell you, I bet when you're making it at home, in one cup, you're not going to be putting 10 teaspoons of sugar in there. You're probably not even putting 10 teaspoons in a whole jar, a whole container of it. So making it at home is going to have a much less sugar impact, even if you can't do completely sugar-free or no honey, because it's just too tart for you. For the commercial ones, a couple of opportunities. One is that kombucha is usually sugar-free. Now, I do see, or they have just a couple of grams, but we're not talking in the 40 grams of sugar range, like that 10 teaspoons of sugar. The more traditional kombuchas or junes, which are the ones made with honey, maybe have a couple of grams of sugar in a serving. Although you do need to read your labels, because I am finding that some of the commercial ones now, to make them taste sweeter, are adding sugar back into it. So do read your labels if you're doing a kombucha or june option. There is one commercial iced tea that I found, so happy about finding it, that has no added sugar. And that's I've got it here, the Pure Leaf Lemon Unsweetened. So the unsweetened lemon of Pure Leaf has no added sugar, no artificial sugars. So if you're looking for a commercial one, that's a great option, and I was super happy to find it. Now, most of them do have a lot of sugar. I have an example of their, again, innocent sounding lemon iced tea. However, when you look at the label, 41 grams of sugar in that bottle. So that's like 10 teaspoons of sugar in that bottle, too much. And so you want to look for, it's tricky the labels are very similar, but you want to choose the unsweetened one with the little green box around it for a zero sugar option. Great commercial option. Now, what about drinks at the coffee shop, right? Maybe you don't like a hot coffee like me in the summer, you're looking for something cold. The blended coffee drinks that are super popular, pretty much across the board, are made with a sugar syrup right in the mix. So it's going to be quite a high sugar option. I checked out Starbucks as one example. I could pick on any company. I'm not shouting out, intending to pick on Starbucks specifically and compared to the others. I just, wanted to check out one common store's find nutrition information for you. And so a tall vanilla coffee frappuccino started at about 46 grams of sugar, and they just went up from there. So you're talking about the lowest sugar frappuccino had that 10 teaspoons of sugar in there. Oof, far too much, not going to be a healthy option. Some of the independent coffee shops may do just a coffee and milk in a blender option for you. And again, maybe you add a little touch of sugar from a pump, a liquid sugar to that, but again, you're probably not going to do 10 teaspoons of sugar on your own adding there. So some independent shops, you may be able to find the blended option. In the other main chains, you can get still an iced coffee that, well, let me clear, a coffee that has been iced without any added sugar. Again, it's tricky to navigate. Again, going back to the Starbucks as an example, their iced coffee does have the sweetener in there, 15 grams of sugar in a tall iced coffee. And again, that's much less than the 46. You brought it right down, but still 15. So that's about a teaspoon and a half of sugar in there, quite a bit. But if you do an iced Americano, it's literally just the coffee over ice. So no sugar in there. Or an iced latte, if you like it milky, then an iced latte is just the natural sugar that's in the milk, so no added sugar in that. So an iced Americano or an iced latte are your ways to go at really all the coffee shops. And it won't be that blended slushy type of texture if you like that, but it will be a cold, delicious coffee without added sugar. So that's my recommendation, is do something from the espresso bar. An iced Americano if you like your coffee black, or an iced latte. Those are beautiful summer coffee drinks without any added sugar. Again, if you want to add a tiny bit yourself, you can, but you're not going to be adding in the range that those pre-made ones with the syrups hiding in there is going to be those sugar bombs. Make your own iced tea, iced coffee, iced lemonades, and add just a tiny little bit of sugar in there, or have them completely clear, and you're going to have great tasty sugar-free options for summer. Or pick and choose through the bottled beverages. The Pure Leaf unsweetened lemon iced tea is a great option. A lot of the kombuchas or junes are great options. Those are my tips for fantastic, delicious summer treat drinks to cool us down and refresh us on these hot days. If you liked today's video, please give me a little thumbs up. Let me know. Have a fantastic summer week, and I'll see you next week, next Thursday morning,